Hello, everybody on the interwebs. I live in a brand new community, and I'm being asked by my neighbors because it's their first time homeowner or they never owned a home before of how to replace the air filters in your house. So I'm going to do a quick video, hopefully less than 2 minutes, of how to do that, and then you can go ahead and write down the numbers to make sure you know what it is next time, which is about every 3 months, and then be able to know what aisle it is and all that kind of stuff, and a couple of tips and tricks of, if you buy a double pack, it's cheaper. Example of that, if I buy a double pack, if I buy one filter, it's about $13. If I do a double pack, it's about 24. So you save, $4, right? Just, I buy double packs because I have an area where I put filters in and things I have to replace in my house, between filters, water filters, for refrigerator and things like that. But it's up to you. And of course, you could always get subscription on Amazon, all that kind of stuff. This is not a sponsored video, but here you go. So how do you know which vents you got to replace? Well, number one. So how do you know which vents to replace? Because there's a lot of different kind of vents, right? You got this kind of vent, which has those little tabs. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the one you have to replace. Outside of that, you can see inside there's a filter there. Versus like here, of course, you kind of know this one you don't have to replace because you can see the back side of that, right? Well, I guess you don't automatically know that, but you can see the light, right? Do you have to replace this one? No. Why is that? Number one, there's no tabs to open it, right? And number two, you can see the air duct inside there, right? Do you have to replace this kind? The answer is no, because this is actually a central vent that goes out, right? So that's totally different. Probably shouldn't even show you that one. But then how about this one here? Look at it. Okay, there's a filter inside there, and there's a tab right there, and a tab right there, right? Versus the vents that you use that the actual air comes through, okay? So that one doesn't have any tabs on to take the vent out, number one. And if there's actually air coming out of it, heat coming out of it, air conditioning coming out of it, you don't need to replace those vents, right? So that's a tip and trick. Replace that one. Don't replace that one. Now let's get back to the one that we were looking at. Okay, so you go into here. Number one, what do you need? You need a ladder, right? Again, you need a ladder. For me, I'm 5'6". This 2-stepper is enough for me to get to the ceiling up there, right? But watch where you put it to. Here's an example of this. It's near the stairs, right? I'm going to call this you got to be aware that you may fall backwards, right? So be aware of that. Sometimes it's a two-man job, right? So I'm doing it where I am going to show you how to pull these tabs, and I'm going to do it very slowly. So pull this tab first. Reason being is because this will be the last. These two will be last because I'm going to make sure it doesn't come and hit my face or top of my head, right? Take that one off. Take this one off. Take this one off. All right? Slowly bring it down because it will slam, okay? And then you tab this filter. All you got to do is get a good piece of it and bring it down. I just replaced it, so I don't want to break it, right? So what you're going to come across is that you might end up having a 3-inch filter in there. This one here could probably have a 3-inch filter because it has enough clearance between here and there. But here in California, they are hard to find. So you get a 1-inch filter. Very easy to find. And then things you got to know that is it could be directional, meaning like you have to make sure the airflow is going that way. These are intake. I'm not a HVAC guy, right? I'm not, but these are intake. So it's taking air from here inside your system, right? So this arrow has to follow that direction, okay? Another thing too is that if these are tight into the spot, you can take these and move them out to make it tighter. Look at that. Okay, you can take a screwdriver and then pull them out so you can make it tighter. How do you know that? How do you know you need to do that? Is because of the fact when it's about to go on, the heat is about to go on, these things will slam up because it's so loose, and they'll just pack. They'll make a noise like that, and then the actual unit will go up. So I just put them right in. Right, new ones may need to be maybe a tight fit, and I close it back up. Right, the way I opened it back up. Sorry about that, it's one-handed. That one's locked, this one's locked, and now we'll lock this one. And now we'll rinse and repeat that process for the other one. You might have 2 of these, you might have 1 of these, but again, number one, the 1-inchers are easy to get. I just went to one of my friend's houses to show them how to do this, And I'm telling you right now, 1 inch is plenty to replace a 3 inch. Any HVAC people there, you can go tell me that's right or wrong. Outside of that, though, hopefully it helped.